In Stockton, California, the median household income is $46,000.
Mayor Tubbs is outlining the selection process for an initiative that will give 100 Stockton residents $500 a month for a year and a half.
Yeah, at least 100 families from throughout the city.
There are no work requirements, no restrictions on how the money can be spent.
Here's $500 a month. Use it for how you see fit.
Mayor Tubbs also addressed a potential concern for how some recipients may spend the money.
Some people may use it for drugs and alcohol, but it won't be the majority of people. And folks who have real needs are going to use it for the things they need to use it for. And there were studies done about some Native American tribes that received the cash disbursement, and it found that drug use actually went down.
Stockton residents we talked with say an extra $500 a month could make a big difference.
So, let's recap, shall we? No work requirements, no restrictions on how recipients can spend that money. Just have a pulse and live in an area where the median income is $46,000 or less. $46K or less. For the record, the median income citywide in Stockton is $50,000. Joining me now from Reston, Virginia, from the Media Research Center, Editor-in-Chief of MRC-TV, Eric Scheiner. Eric, this is the final dose, really. It's the final dose of the socialist Kool-Aid for the state of California. This is it, because this goes to the very core of an individual's self-worth. You're going to take that away necessarily by going down this path.
Oh, but if you listen to the mayor of Stockton, it's not a handout, it's a hand up. The interesting thing here is he's funding this with private donations, businesses and others that have decided to put in money into the situation for this 18-month trial for this program. The question becomes, when people get dependent on it, what will they do if the money runs out, if the donations stop coming in to keep this program going? You have to imagine some of these institutions will probably say, okay, we tested it, we got our results, we're going to check up on it. I bet you they're going to find that, oh, people really do like getting an extra $500 a month. I'm willing to lay my money that they will find that they enjoy that. It'll be interesting to see what they spend it on. But when the money dries out, guess what? You have people that are now used to and dependent on this type of program. And then does the government step in and do it and take the tax money? And then you run into the dilemma. You're giving money, no strings attached, because you know what to do with it, unless, of course, you make that money, but then the government can take it from you because they know better what to do with it, which is give it to people with a universal income that make under a certain amount. And
the government's got to then figure out a way to restore self-esteem, which is what I really worry about in a situation like this. Here's something else to ponder, and it's really the hallmarks of a socialist system. It's a one-size-fits-all government control. Think Soviet-era cars. Remember those things? They're not still on the market because they were horrible. One size fits all. And now California is trying to do this to kids' meals.
The Assembly has passed a measure that will restrict restaurants from offering sodas with kids' meals. Instead, you'll be offered regular milk, not chocolate milk, and water, unless you ask for something different. You can still get the soda. So the defenders of this measure, they'll be going before Governor Jerry Brown if he decides to sign it and becomes law. The defenders of this measure say, well, you can still get whatever you want. You can still get the soda. Parents and kids, you still have a choice, so it's not limiting anything. And then my question is, well, then why have the law?
Exactly.
If the law's not doing anything, why create a law? Why waste everybody's time? But the problem is, it's the parent's job to step in and go, you know what, child of mine, put down that soda. You've had too many sugary drinks today. Have a glass of water, have a glass of milk. But no, they want the government to do that for you. That's the problem with this measure. And if it's not really doing anything, if that's your defense, why are you making laws that aren't really doing anything?
Cradle to grave, baby. That's what it's all about in California. Cradle to grave. Now, speaking of that, Nancy Pelosi, the world of Nancy Pelosi has got to be a fascinating place if you're ever around her orbit. I never have been, don't want to be. But just to listen to her handicap the Trump versus Maxine Waters tete-a-tete is intriguing, to say the least.
It is intriguing. And last week it was Maxine Waters' birthday, her 80th birthday. And who was up early on the Twitter machine wishing her a happy birthday but President Donald Trump, calling her the leader of the Democratic Party. A little later in the afternoon, a little late to the ball game, Nancy Pelosi decides she's going to tweet a happy birthday to Maxine Waters, who, by the way, Maxine Waters, what she wished for her birthday was Trump's impeachment. I understand she didn't get it. Perhaps she'll have to discuss the delivery of her presents with the birthday clown. But Nancy Pelosi got on the Twitter machine, wished her a happy birthday, and says, boy, you know, you lead, you're a great idol to me, and you strike fear in the heart of Donald Trump. I don't think Maxine Waters strikes a lot of fear in the heart of Donald Trump. Maybe the House, Ethics Committee, because they have to schedule her hearings, and there's probably a lot of paperwork involved. There might be some fear there. Okay. But I'm not so sure Donald Trump gets fear in his heart from Maxine Waters.
Right now, the framers of the Constitution, they're not rolling over in their graves. They're spinning at a very high rate in their graves. Over all this, Eric, thanks.